In 1946, just after World War II, my father, Giovanni Tassinelli, started a small wood flooring business in upstate New York. Now, after 60 years and thousands of satisfied customers, we invite you to be a part of our experience. Welcome to the family.
I'm just telling you, there's no difference.
First of all, calm down, okay?
Continuing the border around a certain pattern.
Exceptional craftsmanship.
Cut it so I make a mark on it.
Spin It Up, the Hudson Valley's premier reality show featuring Tassinelli hardwood flooring.
Today we're taking the dust containment center to a job site and meeting Mike Castro, one of our crews.
Mike Castro. I've been working for Charlie Tassinelli on and off for about 5 years. I've been doing hardwood floors for about 9 years. New York and North Carolina. I run everything south of 55 or south of Poughkeepsie area for Tassinelli hardwood flooring.
Where's your shirt?
He doesn't have it.
He doesn't have a shirt. Okay, we have to get the.
I'm a real stickler for guys wearing their company shirts, and when I saw Scott, who didn't have a company shirt, and then Mike telling me that his shirt is 2 years old, it concerns me a little. Technically, these guys are supposed to tell us when they need shirts, and we'll order them.
I think I saved your life, didn't I?
Well, sort of, yeah.
The vehicle spun around and slammed into the bridge abutment, and then
We hit both guardrails on each side and were facing the opposite direction when we were done.
and we were all alive, perfect.
Yeah, we were all fine, and the car drove. We just had to get out and pull the bumper off the tire. We're good.
Today we're taking the dust containment center down to Pound Ridge. Mike Castro is our Westchester County wood flooring specialist. His truck doesn't have a hitch on it, so I am taking it down this morning.
Do them like an hour before cleanup, and then right before you leave, throw some finish on them so it kind of gives them an idea. So dull out.
Name's David Jetto. Been working for Charlie for about almost 4 years now. Took me under his wing. I had no clue what I was doing when it came to floors, and now I'm pretty much a step under a floor mechanic.
What's the difference if I cut off the breaker here, there's still wire from that box to there?
I'm just
I
telling
mean,
you
so
what
there's
OSHA
no
says, dude.
difference, but there's no difference.
Then you
right
call OSHA and you ask them, you know?
Well, you know what I'm saying? What is the difference for what I have?
I'm just telling you. The machine's shorted out. Okay, now you got power there. You got to run down in the basement and shut the power off. Turn it off. It's just a safety situation. OSHA says that we have to have a safety cutoff switch on the main floor, and Mike doesn't have one right now. And he thinks that it's okay just to unplug the plug from the dryer, but hey, what OSHA says goes. So he's going to have to get one.
Tassinelli Harbor Flooring. This is Andrea. May I help you? My name is Sandra Steele, and I'm the showroom manager in the Wappinger showroom in upstate New York. Charles is my brother. I've been working here since 1994. We are brother and sister. We have our ups and downs, but for the most part, we get along good. Yeah. It's more like we have different opinions of the same thing. Over the years, many times my brother would say to me, I should have listened to you. You were right.
I started working the day after, like, Shakespeare in Love won the Oscar for Best Picture. I've been with the company for a total now 7 years and 4 months and still counting. Usually, when I'm not cleaning up this building, I usually do wood deliveries. I get to travel and see a lot of nice places. I also go, if there's a delivery in Newburgh, I'll be going there. And I also will help anybody who needs work on the field, because I'm supposed to do that anyway. I like to think I'm doing a very good job of it, and so far no one has complained about me yet, although at least not publicly.
Hoboken Floors is our supplier, and they made a stop by the Wappinger store today. We dropped off some finish and a pallet of wood. What's happening?
Not much.
You guys get started?
Yeah, quarter.
What happened?
By the time they got somebody to let us in, and then we had to wait to an electrician because they wouldn't let us do it ourselves.
There you go. All right, so we're on our way up there. We should be there in about 45 minutes. After taking the Dust Containment Center down to Pound Ridge, I decided to swing by the Culinary Institute. The Culinary Institute's been one of our clients for as far back as I can remember.
Been here
I think the day they
about a year.
opened. Mark, Elijah, and Aaron are working on 2 racquetball courts, resanding and court lines. We're doing the 2 racquetball courts here.
I'm Mark Han. I started working for Tassinelli in 2001. My specialty, I guess, would you say, is sanding and finishing. I don't install too much, but I can do it if I need to.
Because my moron helper doesn't know how to get my lunch. Alright, I'm Elijah Turner. I started for Charlie 8 years ago.
You gotta be able to have a cutoff switch right on the floor that you're working at. That's an OSHA standard. So Mike, he's got to get this box. So this crew, they got it down.
Real wood floors. Real beauty for real life. From the National Wood Flooring Association.
Hi, I'm Cheryl McKeever, a job developer with Integrated Employment Services, a division of rehab programs. For almost 20 years, Integrated Employment Services has provided free assistance to companies throughout Dutchess County, helping them to hire and retain qualified workers with disabilities. At Integrated Employment Services, we will assess your needs and carefully match the individuals we serve against your job requirements. Once our candidates are placed, we go on to provide customized supports to promote successful, lasting employment. And unlike traditional staffing agencies, our services cost you nothing. In fact, you may even qualify for financial incentives just for hiring one of our candidates. So please, give us a call today at 454-7750 to schedule an on-site consultation. Let us show you how people with disabilities can benefit your business. Integrated Employment Services, staffing you can feel good about.
We're sitting down with Hoboken Floors today, the salesman Rich, to discuss the sample boards for the new showroom in High Park. And he promised us sample boards before August 1st, which is when we wanted to at least open the store to foot traffic. Okay, number 2.
Number 1, Dr. Scally.
So you think this is a good idea with this new store?
I think it's great. I think it's a very good idea.
Well, you know, the number 1 reason why people come to a place is because it's local.
Hopefully, it works out for everybody.
Advertising is going to be key.
Yeah.
No matter how you decide to do it.
You know, we're going to have a grand opening.
Right.
We're going to have a, what's that guy? Chamber of Commerce ribbon cutting opening.
There's no substitute for it, that's for sure.
For what?
Good advertising. You know?
My name's Don. I started working for Charlie in 1996. That was when I started. And then I left. And I came back in 2004. I love this place. I love Charlie. He's a great boss. Good morning, Tassinelli Harbor Flooring. This is Don speaking. How can I help you?
Hey, Don, how are you?
Hey, Charlie. How's it going?
Good. How's your day going?
It's all right. I got some, a couple internet calls today.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I have another phone call coming in. Can you hold on a second? Hello? Hello? Good morning, Tassinelli Harbor Flooring. This is Don speaking. How can I help you?
It's me.
Oh. Willie Rodriguez is a good friend. He's beaten me in sales this month. I don't really talk numbers, because that's not what it's all about. It's not about the numbers. It's about customers' happiness and, making sure they're happy. But, he's probably quadrupled my sales for this month.
I'm at Greg Cidarella's house installing a kitchen with a Brazilian cherry border. Got John inside. Let's go to work.
How do I like the job? Well, I've always loved working with my hands, so doing flooring, it's quite satisfying. I would have to say I feel bad for Mike most of the time because he's got me for an employee.
Continuing the border around in a certain pattern. I don't necessarily like tape measures, so I just do everything piecing, marking, cutting. See that? Watch your fingers.
And now, a swing of the hammer.
Well, my name is Greg Cidarella, and I'm the 3rd generation owning this house. My grandparents, my father's parents built this house as a retirement home, and then I took it over in the year 2001, and I've been renovating it and redecorating and seeing what good bones this house has got. You see, recently I just had a new floor put in by Tassinelli Flooring, and it's a red oak floor to match the rest of the house, except for there's a Brazilian cherry inlay. It was done very well, very neat, clean, conscientious guys, exceptional craftsmanship, attention to detail is wonderful, and willing to work with me on my plans for the house overall, so that all the floors that are here match each other, even though they've been put down. One group was put down almost 60 years ago, and this one's a brand new one, so they'll tint it to look somewhat aged.
Then I'll come in with fine paper on the drum, smooth all the floor out, and then buff, scrape, and then we'll put a seal coat on.
Well, we have to put the port lines back down for the rackable port, so we taped them out, 1.5-inch lines, and now we painted them red in between the tape, and when we're all done, we'll pull up the tape, and let it dry for a couple days before we put the water-based finish on top. This has the first coat on it. It's been buffed today, so it's smooth beforehand, because in order for the paint to grip on, you have to buff it so it has to grip. And then on probably Monday, we'll be coming back and just getting some extra marks from sneakers out, and then putting a fresh coat on, and 2 more coats after that. Just want to make sure that you get a nice consistent coat.
It's locked. Yes, Mr. Hahn. I'm over at the piano factory taking a look at this job, and I can't get in. Do you know if there's a key around?
Yeah. If you go where dumpster side of the building, it'll be like a hole with a key.
Oh, okay, I see it. Okay, cool. Thank you.
For the bottom lock, I believe.
All right, bye-bye. Great. Hey, there he is. How you doing?
Good.
I decided to stop by the piano factory in downtown Poughkeepsie. We have repairs, sanding and finishing. They're turning an old piano factory, which actually is not a piano factory. It made piano keys. This huge, wonderful building is being turned into condominiums on the Hudson River. The architect is Alex Duda, and he is originally from New York City. And so when he came up to Poughkeepsie and he did the plans for the new building, the board was very impressed with his work.
They used it to make piano handles for Steinway. Well, it was originally 1880. It was built in 1880. The guy, George Innes, built it. It was 3 times mayor of Poughkeepsie.
Okay.
And it was part of the. I think his dad owned like a huge dye factory in this whole area, because it's all wood. All this area was relating to wood, you know, shipping the wood and milling it, and that's what it's known locally as the piano factory, because after Innes, I think the dye factory, because what happens is they pulverize the wood down in the basement and use the upper floors for storage.
That job is going to take us approximately 4 to 6 weeks, depending on if we can get in there. The problem has been is that we're doing it piecemeal. They're asking us to come in and just do a little roughing here, a little repairs there, and then go away and come back later on.
Well, we're in Hyde Park, New York. We're opening up a new showroom here, right off of Route 9, across from Dunkin' Donuts. 2 things postponed us, but it's not a problem. Charlie was a little delayed on desk and everything, so we just took the one from Newburgh store. This was Don's, so I'm sure there's a few crumbs somewhere.
You know, the stores that don't do well start losing furniture 1 week at a time, 1 piece at a time, and I started off with my desk, and then, you know, they're gonna go on to other things, like eventually it will get down to the lights. Last thing to go with my chair will be my chair, and I'm not looking forward to that. The way the desk used to be, it used to have a big desk thingy here, and this was over here. If you look on the floor, you can see the outlines of where things used to be. And then, and I brought this out from the back. I found this by the dumpster, this piece of thing here, and I just said this is good for my fax machine. Yeah.
My name is Dave Turner. I've been working with Charlie since 1989. Then I went on my own business a couple times. Came back to Charlie. Seems like no matter what happens, me and Charlie always seem to want together. So I've been with him 18 years. Charlie is a good guy. He's a good people, real good people.
I started working for Charlie 3 months ago, 2 months ago. Just learning a lot and doing all right.
Obviously, in this case, square part of last time did break it, so we got to replace it now. Eventually. We're going to be took care of because I'm replacing anyway. God. it's supposed to pop off. So see, now I gotta scrape off all the old caulk so it doesn't have this stupid line here. Cut it so I make a mark on it so I can piece this piece in halfway through the wall. All right, going back outside, gentlemen. Push, 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 push. All right. Okay. Push down. Okay, we moved it down quite a bit. Cut this and take this trim off. Yeah, don't cut yourself. Trim off, I'm going back to 45, I think. Man. Okay, let's get this other corner set before we nail this. Yeah, I like the way you took this off, Andrew. Great job.
I didn't want to touch it.
You didn't want to touch it. I didn't want to touch it. Oh, boy.
Yep. That's fine.
Nice cut job. Glad you cut that.
Oh, yeah.
Glad you cut that for me. Man, glad you did a good job. That's why my job's getting up.
Coming back to paint, boy.
Oh, you're supposed to cut this. Remember? Did I tell you to cut this? Did you throw off? Didn't I tell you that? I think you're on tape. You want to go back and rewind? Want to rewind?
I knew better.
Want to rewind?
I wanted the boss to take it off.
Yeah, that's why you should have cut it for me. You should have told me you didn't cut it.
I did. I cut it halfway, right where you was.
Nice. Thank you. Now I'll probably have to repaint the house. John came pretty good. I think the trim looks better than it did. So hopefully she's happy. And then we'll be heading out of here. As soon as we put the rest of our tools away, put the rest of the trim in the truck. And I think it went well. So yeah, the day's pretty much over. All right guys, bye. Have a good day. Get out of here.